Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ahmet, and this YouTube channel is my semester project. Today we will talk about romantic movies because today is Valentine's Day and I'm single, but it doesn't matter. I hope you enjoy while watching my videos. Let's start the video. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This movie has 8.3 MDB point. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind tells the story of a man who arises to remembrance of his lover, Joel Brash, who was received quite surprising news from his beloved for 2 years, tries to remind his lover, who participated in a technological experiment, of their relationship without being completely erased from memory. So he doesn't even remember who Parrish was. First about this development, the man wants to perform the same procedure on himself. The movie revolves the relationship as the man as memories are erased. Once again, the man watches the relationship that started quite well and later escaped its tests. But as time passes and when it comes to good things experienced, he wants to stop the inversion on him. He regretted it. Her. This movie has 8 IMDb points. Theodore is a lonely man the final stage of his divorce. When he is not working as a letter writer, his downtime is spent playing video games and occasionally hanging out with friends. He decides to purchase the new OS1, which is advertised as the world's first artificially intelligent operating system. It's not just an operating system, it's a consequence. The at stage, Theodore quickly finds himself drawn in with Samantha, the voice band his OS1. As they start spending time together, they grow closer and closer and eventually find themselves in love. Having fallen in love this with his OS, Theodore finds himself dealing with feelings of both greed, joy, and doubt. As an OS, Samantha has powerful intelligence that she uses to help Theodore in ways others hadn't. But how does she help him deal with his inner conflict of being in love with an OS? The perks of being a wallflower. This movie has 8 IMDb points based on the novel written by Stephen Chbosky. This is about 15-year-old Charlie, Logan Lorman, and enduring and naive outsider comic with first love Emma Watson, the suicide of his best friend, and his own mental illness while struggling to find a group of people with whom he belongs. The introvert freshman is taken under the wings of two scenarios, Sam and Patrick, who welcome him to the real world. Pride and Prejudice. This movie has 7.8 IMDb point. The story is based on Jane Austen's novel about three five sisters: Jane, uh, Rosamund Pike, Elizabeth, Keira Knightley, Mary, Tallulah Raleigh, Kitty, Jodie Mulligan, and Lady Bennet, Jana Malone in Georgian in England. Their lives are turned upside down when wealthy young Mr. Bingley, Simon Woods, and his best friend Mr. Darcy, Matthew McFadden, arrive in their neighborhood. You can watch on Netflix. Atonement. This movie has 7.8 IMDb point when Brittany Tallis, Soris Ronan, 13 years old and aspiring writer, sees her older sister Cecilia, Keira Knightley, and Robbie Turner, James McAvoy, at the fountain in front of the family estate. She misinterprets what is happening, thus setting into motion a series of misunderstandings and a childish piquet that will have lasting repercussions for all of them. Robbie is the son of a family servant toward whom the family has always been keen. They paid for his time at Cambridge, and now he plans on going to medical school. After the fountain incident, Brian reads a little intenant for Cecilia and concludes that Robbie is divine when her cousin Lola, Jana Temple, is raped. She tells the police that it was Robin she saw committing the deed. You can watch on Netflix. About time. This movie has 7.8 IMDb point. At the age of 21, Tim Lake discovers he can travel in time. The night after another unsatisfactory New Year party, uh, Tim's father tells his son that the men in his family have always had the ability to travel through time. Tim can't change history, but he can change what happens and has happened is in his own life. So he decides to make his world a better place by getting a girlfriend. Sadly, that turns out not to be as easy as you might think. Moving from the Cornwall coast to London to train as a lawyer, Tim finally meets the beautiful but insecure Mary. They fall in love, then an unfortunate time travel incident means he'll never meet her at all, so they meet for the first time again and again, but finally, after a lot of cunning time traveling, he wins her heart. Tim then uses his power to create the perfect romantic proposal to save his wedding from the worst best man species, to save his best friend from professional disaster, and to you can watch on Netflix. The Fault in Our Stars. This movie has 7.7 MDB point. Hazel and Augustus are two teenagers who share an acerbic wit, a disdain of the conventional, and a law that sweeps them on a journey. Their relationship is all the more miraculous given that Hazel's adult consents company is an oxygen tank. Gus jokes about this prosthetic leg and they meet and fall in love at Challenger Sport Group. Days of Summer. This movie has 7.7 IMDb points after it looks as if she left his life for good this time. Tom Hansen reflects back on the just over 1 year that he knew Summer Finn. For Tom, it was low at first sight when she walked into the greeting card company her he worked. She the new administrative assistant. Soon Tom knew that Summer was the woman with whom he wanted to spend the rest of his life. Although Summer did not believe in relationship or boyfriend, in her assistant, real life will always ultimately get in the way. Tom and Summer became more than just friends. Throughout the thrills and tribulations of Tom and Summer's so-called relationship, Tom could always count on the advice of his two best friends, Mackenzie and Paul. However, it is Tom's adolescent sister, Rachel, who is voice of reason. After all is said and done, Tom is the one who ultimately has to make the choice to listen or not. Thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Day. Goodbye.